Well, hello, welcome back. Good to see you again. Here we are, New Year's Eve. Yep, this is being recorded New Year's Eve, and I'm just going to dive right into a retrospective of my experience with tech and some of the big developments that we can talk about in tech this year. And pretty much like last year, a lot has been about automation, a lot has been about AI. But interestingly enough, I have not actually worked on any AI projects at all. I've used the tools for certain things. But look, let's start off by going through every month. So we'll start off with January. January, there was quite a bit of a freak out because there was a lot of redundancies going on, and some of my clients were kind of dropping their contracts. One client lost two projects. I was looking around for new clients. A government contract fell through. One of my main clients the main client that I work with, I was concerned that they were going to drop off their projects too, but no, they didn't. And at that time, I was only working on iOS and Android, and we were doing embedded devices and integrated ecosystem stuff. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it, what I was doing in January, but it was pretty tight because we'd invested a lot into the camera system stuff, and we set up a new house, new office, moved, had to get a new car. So there was a lot of expenses. So January, along with getting COVID and getting gastro, was like a bit of a smack. Leading into Feb, we had our release for our product within my primary client. Everything else was really quiet, but the product went out. We went through testing, and we were very happy with the results of the apps, both Android and iOS. So that they all went out, and we've had a bit of an uptick. You know, the app for the Projector IQ has seen an increase in use, steadily increase in use over the period of I think February. So it's about 11 months now, and it's slowly been increasing. And we've had very, very few issues on iOS. We've not had one crash in a public build, which is great. Android, we have run into a few issues, hopefully, which are fixed. So again, lots of C work, lots of Swift work, lots of Android work. January, February, March, again the same. Lots of Swift, lots of Android, Kotlin, some Java stuff. But there was like a bit of a pickup in the clients that were dropping off the map. One of my agency partners, they lost their biggest contract at that point, and they had a whole development team. And another contract was wrapping up, and that was a government contract. So they pretty much had nothing, ready for a team of about 6 developers. I was contracting to them, so I wasn't working full time. But the guys that were working full time, it was a bit of an issue. So March, April, May, June, most of the same, except things got accelerated. More contracts dropped off. There was a very real possibility that I felt like, shit, what's going on? Like, there's just nothing happening. So over those 3 months, we're doing Swift, doing Android, and I'm thinking, what do I need to pick up? Who do I need to contact? I was asking a lot of people, and there was nothing around. So I was kind of like holding my breath, because if we lost our primary contract, we'd be in up shit creek. So come up to April, May, and June, the agency client that I work with, my partners, they had to let go of their entire development team. So that was all of the projects there no longer had a development team, and they were all going to go end of July. I was kind of still ticking away with one of my clients, but I was freaking out because I had to kind of close off a lot of debts, and so extended debts on equipment purchases. Going like, well, we're definitely not going to be picking up any of the new equipment at the end of this year. So we were like considering getting new Macs and stuff for that. Yeah, that didn't happen. But again, look, the focus was on the tech development side. So really, coding didn't change. There was nothing that changed. I didn't use any AI tools for anything. But the funny thing was, after July, August, I think that was the bottom. It felt like the bottom. So things started picking up. So around August, I got some, requests. I started seeing more client work available, a lot more contract work, and the rates had kind of leveled up. So before in Australia, you would get like $800 AU as a like kind of top of the end, top end rate. And now that's bumped up to 1,000, 1,100. And even the average now for developers, for senior developers, about 800. So definitely there was a bit uptick around August, September. And then in September, my agency partner said, because they let go of all of their team, comes back to me and says, hey, all these people are coming back and they need work, but we don't have any full-time staff. So can you come and join us? And I'm like, well, yeah, sure. I mean, I kind of like had a lot of spare capacity because there was nothing else going on. And I kind of like had my feelers out anyway. And I picked up this one contract. And this is where I want to get to with AI. Now, see, last year, 2023, in March, I used ChatGPT to help assist with the development of a JavaScript game. And the way I ended up using it, as I was learning how to use it, was initially I tried to do the whole thing with JavaScript. That was a disaster. There were all these issues that it caused. Everything was kind of like ad hoc, kind of patched together. I wasn't well architected. And so it was a mess, right? It was just a mess. I got the job done in a short span of time, but only because I had been doing video games for 10 years. So I knew exactly the what and the how of this project, right? So fast forward to this year, and this new project that came in, again, was a JavaScript project, but this time it was a web app game. And the web app game was it was meant to be built in React. Like I wanted to build it in Unity as a kind of like a quiz game, but we decided for various reasons to go React. I'm like, I've done React Native, I've done React. I'm happy with JavaScript. Now, here is the thing. From last year to 2023, the process and my experience, this is really critical, to using the AI tools to build an app, a web app, did not change whatsoever. In fact, in some cases, it was actually quite a lot slower. So I used ChatGPT 4.0 and 0.1 mini. And look, here's the issue. I did the same thing. I did not see any improvement or benefit to the current state of things based on from my experience of 2023. In fact, because I was using React and not just JavaScript. JavaScript back in 2023 was very well established. I used canvases, I used graphics, so I knew exactly what I wanted to build, how I wanted to build it. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, YouTube.
And basically, the stuff that was already in the large language models back in 2023 was well established. It was spitting out all this JavaScript code. But at the end of the day, I was kind of like patching it together because it couldn't do the whole thing. Same thing with 0.1 and 0.1 preview and 0.1 mini. It can't build a whole app for you, right? You can't go, oh, this is what I want. This is how I want to build it. Because one, I tried to feed it screenshots. It was giving me just rubbish. So the 2024 one that I built, right, using React, basically what happened was it couldn't get up-to-date information with things like Rive. It couldn't get up-to-date information with things like Tailwind. And so basically I ended up doing more just research and reading how to do the things myself than actually using ChatGPT. And not only that, because I had to do React again after like a 2-year break, I spent maybe about 8 to 16 hours doing demo code in React and going through tutorials because I wanted to know how it works. And I also did some Tailwind stuff also. So at the end of the day, the reality is that nothing has changed in the development of these tools. Like, there's no way I could have built it, this project, just with ChatGPT, just with Cursor, just with Claude. I tried a number of different options. They all had the same problem. No one knew how to install Rive. Rive is like an animation library. Rive's animation documentation is like a bit of a mess anyway. So I had to figure it out for myself. And once I did, I kind of knew it. And sure, I mean, maybe you could feed that back into the language model. And there are ways to do it. But I felt like once I got into the momentum of building things, ChatGPT just slowed me down. I mean, for bug fixes and things like, what's the Tailwind command for doing this? I'm like, okay, I need to remember that. Yep, that's it. So there's just so many commands in Tailwind CSS that I used this tool to just quickly refer to it. And so again, let's go back to, it's a 1.5 year difference between last year's ChatGPT. And guess what? The outcome is exactly the same. So there's absolutely no benefit to using, hey, how you going? So there was no benefit to using these tools from last year. And in my case, look, it was a good reference, a good documentation reference, but that's about it. So that's it. That's September. long story short, September. What's next? So we have September, October, November. So October again, smashing out this big project, working like overseas. So I did remote work, which was good. I'll tell you one thing. VPNs in Russia and working from Russia, we had to work from Russia remotely, is a huge headache. So all of these kind of like barriers and everything, they haven't stopped people from doing what they need to do. They haven't stopped people from working on tech projects and communicating, but it's not as easy as it was. I was there back in 2021 when I finished, and it was just easier to connect with people. After 2022 and all the stuff that's happened since then, yeah, it's harder. Yeah, it really is. It's harder to do everything. It's harder to communicate overseas. It's harder to transfer money overseas. We have a group of people that we connect with and just do private money exchanges for the base exchange rates. So that was October. November, same thing. But by then I was tired. Like that large project and working overseas, and I have been working nonstop since 2017 nonstop. So at the end of 2018 is pretty much when I went 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7 years without a break. So I took a couple of weeks off, and this is the second week now. So guys, that's November. We're in December now, and I've got another opportunity that's come up, and this time in video games. Plus a lot of other stuff that keeps coming in with my agency partners. But look, I'm just one guy with a consultation business and media business that we do the filming on, Tech Sovara. And what do I have to say now about the tech industry? Well, I would say it's exploding. I would say that the tech stuff that's coming up now is just nuts. I'm just seeing so much stuff that's come up. I'm seeing so much more opportunity. And you would think that AI would kind of like make it, I guess, replace juniors. But look, I've trained interns with the stuff that I do. And look, nothing beats a human being. Nothing beats being able to communicate with a human being. No amount of AI is going to replace people. There's just so much I can dive into, and I might dive into that in another video. But basically, in December, after having used all these tools and had some benefit, yeah, absolutely, I wouldn't replace an intern I wouldn't replace a junior dev, an intern, or anybody with an AI agent. Just because the knowledge base required for these projects is too large. So guys, look, we're in December. That's a wrap up. The tools that I've used this year, I've been with React, I've used Swift, I've used Kotlin, JavaScript, obviously with React. I've used C and C for low-level development, embedded development. And basically that's it. I really hope you have a wonderful 2025. What do I have in store? Let's see. What's the next thing? What's on for next year? Right? So let's have a think. 2025. I still haven't really decided. I mean, although I really do enjoy working with embedded devices, I still feel like it isn't as creative of an output. So I've got this video stuff, but I don't know. I haven't made any New Year's resolutions for today. I hope this video can inspire you to see just how little AI is, actually negatively impacting the software industry. I mean, even for all of the clients that I've worked with, that were working with my agency partner, they all took all of their dev in-house. So it's not like the work has dried up. It's just that they wanted to reduce costs. So it's not like people don't need to do the dev work. So I guess, yeah, from that perspective, AI is absolutely not impacting the amount of work available. So that's one thing. What's next? Let's see. 2025, what will it bring? More of the same, maybe. Probably a lot better than what we had from the beginning of 2024. I think with the aging population, automation, robotics, all that kind of stuff is just going to be the thing, right? Biotech, absolutely. So if you're interested in biotechnology, then yeah, that's a go-to. I'm absolutely interested in biotech. I actually want to do another YouTube channel, pharmacology channel. So guys, with the tech stuff, next year, I haven't made any decisions. We'll just keep doing once a week videos and just keep moving with just the weekly updates and just general commentary. But actually, I remember now. So this is where I want to go. I want to go and start pushing for more artificial chemistry, artificial life stuff. And yeah, it's going to probably be a bit windy now. So a lot of this is going to be drowned out by the wind. It's unfortunate. Hopefully I don't have to redo this whole video. But anyway, guys, so Happy New Year. I will see you in 2025. And that's it. Yes, artificial chemistry, artificial life. That's what I will be looking at with this channel in 2025. So if you're interested in that, well, you'll find this channel interesting. I'll see you next time. See you next year. Happy New Year. Bye.